YouTube anime lovers, the Asterisk War, episode 3. Beautiful episode. A lot of emotions, feelings in this episode. As to in the beginning, Claudia kind of harassed Ayato um, by saying basically she called him over for a favor, and that is to stick by Jula's side because a lot of people who's, their top rankings to compete in the war has been hurt. So she said she think next is Julius, so please stay by her side. Basically next day, him and Julius go out. Not as a date, but kinda sorta. They went to eat. She showed him around the town. And basically they got into it with the swole, the big guy that's always trying to fight Julius again. Hayato basically dispersed that, saying, I'm not gonna fight you right here. You're just as cowardly as those guys that shot at her. So, basically made him run off with words. They end up beating a rival, school pack of thugs because some guy paid him off to, beat him up. Unfortunately, Julius didn't know Julius was that strong. She ended up, beating him pretty bad, and forcing him to tell who did it. And he's like, the guy's right behind you. She turned around, chased the guy in the woods, and it's like four of them because they're like shooting arrows. She's dodging, like she's in the Matrix or something, but she's dodging them. They didn't end up catching him. They end up actually shooting at Ayato also, and it looks as though Ayato isn't good with versing multiple people. So that's bad. And it's kind of funny because Ayato got invited to another girl house at the night. At night, Julius invited him over, and it's kind of funny because she's like, "All right, let's get this started. Take off your clothes." And he just, he blushed and she's like, "Oh no, not like that, you idiot." It's funny because Ayato is just like, why are these girls harassing me? So, end up stitching his shirt back together and telling her past. And that's basically when she was little. She was a tomboy. We know she's a princess, so she used to sneak out the castle every now and then. And then, one time she got uh, lost in the slums, and some guys was going to harass her. Ended up getting, I don't want to say getting beat up, but getting ran off by a bunch of girls in the orphanage her age. So, with that said, she started hanging out with the orphans and at the orphanage, and that's her friends. When she mentioned friends in the anime, she's talking about the ones at her hometown at the orphanage. And now we finally see why that handkerchief is so important because her friends made her that. So, that's her treasure, she says. And at that moment, Ayata looks at her and smiles, and I kind of see, he's falling for her. Now, the next day in class, Ayato says, good morning, and sees she's reading a letter for somebody. Then she gets up, leave class early, and obviously she's going to go fight who's ever been, calling her out. Now, Ayato is, a little bit slow in picking this up, so he realized that a little late. And, he talks to Claudia and she says, well, maybe that's, a good thing she didn't tell you because you're her friend she's trying to protect. So, he runs after her. Now, the thing I didn't get is he ran after her and he jumped off. And it's like a building he jumps off. How the hell is he landing? What is he going to land on? That's just my thing. I mean, I know this is probably like futuristic, but in the future, I still don't believe guys can just jump off a building and land safely. But with that said, I love this episode. Like, this is actually probably the best anime of, the season so far. To me, it's the best anime. And at the beginning I was like, this is a little too bright, colorful as you can see, but I love it. The animation is gorgeous, and I love the theme music. So kind of like caught me by surprise, but I'm slowly but surely falling for this anime. But that is episode 3 of the Asterisk War. What do you guys think? If you guys watching it, tell me what you think about it. If you guys never mind about that, I won't try to spoil anything. But with that said, YouTube, peace out.